Today, I would like to talk about perspectives. And we say all in life is about the perspective that we take. If you just look at the picture behind me, and you can see the different shades of dark green behind, you see it's all the different valleys and the next ridge of mountains, and the next valley and the next mountain. Before, after, in about 120 or 150 kilometers distance, there's this big, massive called roof of the world. Can you imagine every time you walk up a hill and down to the valley again and up again and down again, you always change your perspectives. And the frame that we see is always changing. And things look different as we move along and change perspectives. A few years ago, I was on the way to a long trip for a training in Spain, beautiful place called Murcia, and I was supposed to stay there for 6 weeks, and I had been out of the country. Means when English people living in England stay out of the country, they mean I go overseas. That means to you it may sound I go to America or I go to China, but when British people say I travel overseas, they just cross the channel and go to what they call Europe, the other side of the world. So, okay, I'm a legal alien in Britain, so I'm a European. So I traveled to Spain and I was preparing traveling to Spain. You remember, or I will remember you during the course of our forthcoming feedback sessions, that whatever your outcome is, my my message is begin with the end in mind. Begin with what you see at the end of this journey, not the end of the journey, because there is not one journey. We go through many journeys in our lifetime. But whatever your planned outcome, your desired outcome for this end of this journey is, begin to see the end first and experience it with all your senses. And then slowly travel backwards. And on the journey backwards, you become aware of the roadblocks, the potential roadblocks, the obstacles that you hit on the way, and the obstacles that you can foresee. Because a lot of obstacles, they're not coming out of the blue. A lot of obstacles that we meet on a journey, they're already in us. They have to do with what we believe, what we wish to believe to be true, what we are told to believe, that we want, that we are told that we should, that we're told that we must. And some things we cannot change, they just happen. We cannot change the weather, we have to live with it. We cannot change a thunderstorm, we cannot change a sudden collapse of a bridge. These are things that we have to deal with when it happens. Again, another English saying is we cross that bridge when we come to it. So I was traveling to Spain in my thoughts, preparing for the forthcoming 6 weeks. And I was imagining what all would happen, what I would achieve at the end of these 6 weeks, what I would learn, the people I would meet, the friendships I would create. And then I traveled backwards, step by step, to the beginning of my first step of the journey. And I was lying on my bed just before going to sleep. And then there was this thought. I said, oh, hang on. You're not want to take money out of a money machine with your English banking card to accrue all these horrible additional tariffs. And I reminded myself that I have a euro account and a banking card for this, but I haven't used it for a long time. So I put it to my documents, and then I was lying there, said, "What is the PIN?" Scratching my head, could not remember the PIN. And you know, you're not supposed to write your PIN down. I had my PIN written down somewhere, and to be extra careful, I had written it down from reading the other way around, from back to front, all the things that you do when you try to remember something. But I even couldn't remember what a piece of paper was. And I was really there. I could feel it. I nearly got a headache. I got very, very tense in this part of my head. I could not remember. I was trying, pushing, remember, harder, harder. Was it 8-6? No, it was 1-6, 8-1, 1-8. It didn't come. And then I remembered to take a different perspective and to ask not just my conscious brain, my conscious mind, but I asked my unconscious mind. Because the unconscious mind is very, very mighty. It has an enormous capacity to store information and emotions and historical events. So I had this conversation with my unconscious mind this evening. And I was, well, I'm sure you know this number. And I got a response that said, yes, I know. I said, would you share it with me? Negotiations with the unconscious mind are a special thing. I will talk about this in a special feedback meeting. So eventually we closed the deal and I said, will you remind me of this pin by tomorrow morning when I get up? And the answer was yes. So you already see what I'm talking about today is if I do not succeed one way, try another and use all the capacity that you have. Einstein, poor old Einstein, he will be quoted for so many things. But I think one of his most famous quotes, and it's been misquoted many, many times. I try to be as accurate as possible. I don't even know if he said it in English, and his English was not very good, or if he said it in German. He said, if you try to solve, if you try to solve a problem, you cannot succeed. You will not succeed to solve it if you enter the problem with the same way of thinking that you used when you created it. Zen has a slightly different word for it, and I will share this with you. We just go through it. I just remind you of that. This is good. Einstein and Zen said, well, whatever in Zen is a big. The solution of every problem shows if you just look at it from the next higher level. And not infrequently was a nice word to say. Not infrequently, then it dissolves completely. And there is a beauty. There is a beauty. If we change the perspective, if we go to a different level, and in the opening slide, I said in the subtitle, logical levels. If we change the level, then we come to solutions that we never thought about. All of a sudden, it becomes also clear. Now, there are many ways what you can do if you want to create something that helps you to remember things like a PIN number, or you have similar situations. For example, an exam. I have to go to an exam. What happens if I cannot remember essential facts in my exam? What happens when I deliver a speech? If I deliver in the middle of a speech, I lose my thread. I lose my thought. So there is something that many people use. We use cheat sheets, little pieces of paper or notes written in through the hand, or modern electronic versions, little earplugs, and who tell you the wisdom that you miss. But also visual anchors. If you see me occasionally looking down, I use just a visual anchor. I'm not reading my script. I just have little pictures, a little keywords there. And even just if you use anchors in a room, on a paper, or wherever, or sometimes just a tactile anchor on your body, and this anchor can fire up something that you really want to remember. Going into a meeting, going into a pitch meeting. How many times have people been in a situation where they had to pitch and their 5 minutes were over, and later in the lift they said, "Oh my God, I forgot to say this, and I should have said this and that." Yeah. So get the information that you want out of the store of your mind in the moment when you need it. And this is the beauty of using some great methods that in modern terms we would call that are neuroscientific. The term neuroscience is used in such an abundant or inflationary way today that I start to hate it. But I think the simplest way to to act in a neuroscientific valid way is to build a strong team between your conscious mind and your unconscious mind. We had a great experience this weekend. I know, or I guess that many of you are not very interested in football, but I will bore you anyway with it. We had on Saturday, we had Liverpool winning the FA Cup in Britain against Chelsea, and it was the second cup they won in the penalty shootout. Now some people would say, "Oh, penalty shootout is just luck." But people who know a little bit more about it, they know penalty shootout is high concentration, it's absolute high performance, it's mind games. And I was very interested to read last night that the coach of Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp, he praised a company, a German company called Euro 11, for helping them with the mental preparation for their game and the mental preparation for penalty shootouts. It's a great piece of learning. So there is also a long Twitter account with, if anybody's interested in that, just read it. If we use this, if we make this strong in the team, we can always win. And we can always perform better. Now there was this, where has my, oh, where has it gone? I destroyed a slide. Okay. I showed you last week, I showed you this chain of excellence. And it begins with respiration. And the most obvious form of respiration is our breathing. And when we change breathing, we change our posture. Also, the tonality of our voice, the voice gets more volume, gets richer, tonality gets more varied. And with the change of physiology, our state changes. And when our state changes and goes to a better, more thoughtful level, then our behavior changes. And the behavior is nothing else than the output of what's going on in our mind. You could also call it performance. So with better breathing and a better physiology, we get into a more resourceful state and our performance gets better. And this is, you see, where the logical levels come in. Many people, they pay a lot of attention working on their behaviors. I want to quit smoking. I want to stop biting my fingernails. I want to stop procrastination, God knows what. And some, or not infrequently, to quote Zen, people learn when they change the state consistently to a better, more resourceful state. All the behaviors that they want to change don't matter anymore. Oh, my nails. Yes, look, they're growing again. Yeah. How is the smoking? Oh, I quit smoking easily. So with a change of state, unresourceful behaviors just collapse. And this is the beauty of creating our strong inner team and being able to move to a different perspective. So the next morning, I woke up 5 minutes ahead of time, and it was crystal clear. I could see 4 digits on the ceiling above me. And I jumped out of bed. I wrote them down. I took my cards, jumped into my car, drove to the next 24-hour supermarket with a money machine, put my card in, typed the pin, and it worked. So one of the beauties to use this a different level is sometimes it helps if we assign tasks to our unconscious mind and allow it to take responsibility to it. And now I would like to hand you over to the beautiful voice and the beautiful meditation by Elina.
Thank you, Walter. Before beginning, please make sure you are comfortable in your seating. Placing hands on your legs or on your heart. And start slowly closing your eyes and welcoming the first big breath. Take a deep breath in, keep it up, top of your head, and a breath out. Take another deep breath in, hold at the top, and now out. One more time, a deep breath in, hold it at the top, and now let out. Just continue breathing naturally and following the rhythm of your breath. Now it's time for your imagination. Imagine a loved person who you dearly love sitting opposite of you. See that person. And now see that a white light connects you, your heart, to their heart. Connect with that feeling. Connect with that light. Connect with that warmth. Enjoy the feelings you're feeling in your body. Focus on the phrase, may I be well, happy, and peaceful. And just feel that warmth of loving kindness, emotions through your body. And now send those feelings to your close person. And continue saying, may you be well, happy, and peaceful. Breathing naturally, and you see and feel how the light is connecting to you. From heart to heart, you are connected. May I be well, happy, and peaceful. Just be in this bath of feelings, the love. And you can continue repeating these phrases quietly, consciously. Remember to breathe naturally as this white light is connecting to you from heart to heart. Now imagine this white light between you becoming the circle of light around you both. The light is bathing you. It's all around you. It creates a beautiful, warm, loving environment. And as the circles are around, you are just radiating this energy. You are radiating this energy to all the beings, from smallest insect to big animals, to the friends, to people, to the whole universe. See yourself and your faith radiating this light of happiness, of wholeness, of kindness. This is the light. This is the energy. This is what you can make sure you can take care of. Just imagine and feel that warmth, expansion through your body. Recognize the feelings, the flow from your heart out there to the universe. And the universal friendliness which reflects in your own heart. May we be well, happy and peaceful. May all beings be well, happy and peaceful. Just notice the sensation and feelings in your body right now. Notice what is observing your body. And recognize that awareness, a peaceful, still part of you. Just witness everything which is coming around. And just breathe naturally. And remember, this light is you, always you, and just be you. Take this light for the day, and if you feel ready, just open your eyes and come back to us. Because in the present moment, now we're gonna enjoy a Rosenberg exercise. Starting with a big stretch, so you recognize the present. And let's continue the breathing, the focus on your breath, and just turn your head to the right now. And feel the stretch. And slowly bringing back to the front. And now let's turn it to the left. Continue breathing and feeling the stretch. And slowly back to the front. Now we're gonna try to reach the sky, which has no limits, with our hands up and making a nice chair from your hand for your head. And remember, don't move your head, just with your eyes. Let's take a look at your right elbow. Take your sign on the right. Now bring your sign back to the front. And let's take your side on the left. And keep on breathing. Bring your side back to the front. Now it's your time to release your arms. And now we continue by taking our sign on the right. Keeping your side on the right, start slowly moving your head towards your right shoulder. Keeping your side on the right. And slowly back up. Now take your side on the left. Keeping your side on the left. Start slowly. Keep moving your head towards your left shoulder. Keeping your side on the left. And slowly. Now we do it vice versa. Keeping on breathing and just take your side on the right. Keeping your side on the right. Start slowly moving your head to your left shoulder. Keeping your side on the right. And slowly back up. Taking your side on the left now. Keeping your side on the left. You start slowly moving your head towards your right shoulder. Keeping your side on the left. And slowly back up. Now warm up your hands. Prepare all the love, everything. And just put it under your cheek, under your eyes. Have the feeling of hugging yourself and just being proud of yourself. And remember, may we be well, happy, and peaceful. Wonderful day, everyone, and a blissful week. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Edina.
Thank you,
What
Dina.
beautiful words and such a. I always feel so refreshed when this soothing voice makes me enjoy the stretch in my left shoulder or in my right shoulder. It's so beautiful. Well, could there be anything better than to start the week like this? Anybody feel like going back to bed now? I suppose you're all ready to catch a big fish now for the day. I wish you all the best. Good luck, good health, stay safe, and see you all again next week. And bring some friends. Take care. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a great week.
So much. Success, everybody. Ciao, ciao.